That's all I am is a me. That's Dr. V. He's the man. Look at that.
The
Smiling, laughing,
man.
feeling good.
Absolutely.
He is Dr. V. Did you get any subscribers this week, Dr. V?
0, but I got a new strategy.
No, Guillermo said he did.
Nobody can find it. So
That's a
I'm going to
problem.
change
What?
the name. I'm going to change the name
Okay.
to Dr. Joe Volpicelli. See if the algorithm can come up with that. Because when
Go
I say
for it.
Dr. V, it sends me to all these other doctors. I don't come up.
Okay.
But how
Then
many
we'll
Joe
then
Volpicellis are there?
go for it. Change it and go for
And
it.
then when
Either way,
people search Dr. Joe Volpicelli,
don't
I'll
say
come
it
up.
yet. Don't say it yet. Do it first and then talk about it, okay?
Okay.
Because
All
then
right.
people start looking and you don't get it, and somebody else got it for something. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Wait until you get it, then tell everybody.
Then tell everybody. All right.
Okay? That's just the only way to do it. Hang, make sure you own it. Here we are. We're talking about the economy. We're coming in, and this is going to be like, hey, you all saw the title, right? Like, we haven't called this back in December. And it's just starting, guys. It's just starting. It hasn't happened yet. It just hasn't happened. It's just a little bit starting to happen. Thanks for the thumbs up. It's just a little bit starting to happen. That's all that's going on. Are we getting, tell me when we get comments, will you? Because all I have is a black screen again.
Okay, we got Spartacus saying good
We got
evening. Good evening,
Spartacus. I'm going to
Spartacus.
try something here. I'm trying something. Why can't I get him?
You can't see Spartacus?
No.
Oh, no.
I can't see anybody.
Oh, my goodness. No, we lost Mark. Spartacus, give us some suggestions for what we should talk about today. I just lost Mark. I'm going to have to go solo today. Oh, my goodness. I'll give Mark a chance to get back. Trump is doing the opposite of what he promised. Absolutely.
I got it now.
I had to go solo, Mark.
I know, but I came back. I did something. I don't know what I did. I see something. I hope it keeps going. I see Spartacus. That's who I see.
There you go.
That's it. Hope is that it so far, Spartacus?
Yes.
Spartacus, I love you. Sorry, I don't know what I did. I just said I'm coming back. I'm not giving up. So where were we? We started back in December when I started talking about the medicine cabinets that we bought. I keep coming back to this, that were on sale in December, and it said by New Year's they went back on sale. We got in December around Christmas, a little bit before Christmas, but by New Year it was the new sale was higher, more expensive, and that's when I started saying, here it comes. You know it's going to come, this inflation, but it doesn't come right away. Isn't that what we talked about, Dr. V or Dr. Joe Volpicelli? Isn't that what we talked about? What's happening is it doesn't go overnight. So it's been slowly coming around because you can't turn that ship right away. You just can't do it. Dr. V must be on the phone. You can't turn the ship right away. So what happens is things slowly start coming together. For the last couple months, you're back. For the last couple, Joe, you're back.
Okay.
For the last couple of months, you've been hearing the Trump administration say, look how good the numbers look. And it's because of our tariffs. Now, all of a sudden, you're slowly starting to see the carrot, that you're slowly starting to see the effects, which is what we've been talking about. What are some of these effects? Already, the ships coming over from China are down like 40 or 50%. You're going to start seeing a major cutback in the LA port and the Long Beach port, which is where we get most of our stuff from the Asian countries as they come through. Those ships have gone out to, I assume, Cambodia or, I'm sorry, Vietnam or other areas to deal with. They're not coming to America. At the same time, we're going to, our buyers here bought everything they can. People are selling it now, but if they go to buy it later, it's only going to cost more money. So you come in today and it says it all. The economy is down. You hear the Trump administration sitting there going, oh, this is good news because all this means is that we bought more than we sold, and it's going to turn around in a month or two. And the bottom line is it doesn't work that way. It's elastic, this supply chain. It isn't inelastic, as they try to talk about. Inelastic meaning it doesn't change. This changes. All this supply chain, everything coming through was normal. Now it's going to start changing as parts go here and parts go there. Parts are going everywhere. Where is the first deal, Dr. V? I'm sure they're talking, but where is the first deal? You know, when you sit down and you go, hey, we're beating everybody. He's kidding. We're kissing his ass. Everything is going on this way. How come there are no deals yet? You know why? Because it takes months and months and months and months, maybe years to do a deal and people to get into the nitty gritty. And all this is going to be is some high level BS that they're going to try to get out there. So now Trump knows he's got a problem. He's great in PR. He's the greatest PR guy I've ever seen in my life. I don't know about you, and I've always said it, got to give him his due. He's great. He's going to be blowing back out today going, look at all these investments that are going on in America. He's going to talk about Amazon after Amazon was going to show you how much the tariffs were going to cost. They didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Already you're right about that, Spartacus. You have UPS laid off 20,000 people or about to lay off 20,000 people because Amazon's not giving them as much business anymore. So Amazon says they're going to invest some money into middle America and try to build, but that money isn't going to probably make up for the difference of the 20,000 people losing a job. The president will be yelling about Amazon, which he got to back down, showing how much tariffs cost. At the same time, UPS is going to be getting handled. I don't know if those people are going to be going over to Amazon. They don't pay as well. So you're going to have that kind of stuff. Spartacus is right about the dock workers. They're going to be getting laid off. Then you're going to start seeing it on the East Coast. Look, even if the tariffs came off today, it still would be a miserable economy. We've had a really good. Go ahead.
What I was going to say is, isn't this hurting the Chinese economy? If they can't sell their goods to the United States, then isn't that going to affect their economy? Isn't it going to cause them distress, which then brings them to the table to negotiate?
I don't think the latter part matters. If you wanted to bring him to the table to negotiate, he should have called him when he said he loved them so much, he and Xi, and he should have had him over for a big chocolate cake. Didn't they have that at Mar-a-Lago last time?
Right. That's true.
And that's all he had. They could have talked about it. Come on. Look, I'm not focused on China yet. The problem with China is that's 145%.
Right.
So that means it costs negative to buy. You can't pay that number to buy anything, right? And the president didn't want that number, that tariff number on Amazon showing how much it was going to be. Well, you go to a hotel, you see how much taxes are, right? You see how much you pay when you pull it out of the refrigerator. You see what you pay if you go swimming. They charge you for everything. How come you can't see what the tariffs are going to cost? I mean, it's really simple that way, but they wanted to hide it. Now, all of a sudden, now they're going to talk about money they're investing. Look, Amazon's investing it because they're ousting UPS from doing the work, and they're making it doing it cheaper for themselves. So we'll just see where that goes. But you lost 20,000 people there. You've got you've got companies that are talking to the Journal that are talking about already going to bankruptcy attorneys. Right on the West Coast.
Oh my goodness.
Right, because their problem is they can't get the toy stuff. So many people have ordered for toys and everything. It all happens in April. So April and May. So if you can't get it in and they're not making it, and you can't get it in, they're saying, I can't pass these numbers on because if I charge $50 and now it's going to be $60, that's a big difference, okay? At a minimum, everything's 10%. Jules, how are you? At a minimum, it's 10%. Okay, and then everything is on top of that, so they're not even bringing it in. A lot of this stuff's going to go ahead.
So what you're saying is, right now, the decisions that are being made are going to affect Christmas shopping.
They've already been made because they had to have the orders in.
So there's going to be less toys available for Christmas.
There's going to be a lot of stuff that's not going to be available for Christmas, even if the tariffs were pulled today. You already have a 40 or 50% reduction in the amount of ships coming in to the LA port, okay, bringing in stuff. So you already have a supply line that's been cut almost in half. You can't just turn that back on. You got to get the ships. You got to hire them. You got to get the info. You got to get the stuff made that you didn't order because I'm not ordering it, but you need to order it to get the factories up to get them to do it. I mean, that's what it is. I don't. I don't, Ryan. So that's what it is. But my daughter is great. One of my daughters is great at it. So that's what it is. And that's where the problem is. Gorilla Balls, my man's with us. So how are you, babe? So that's give it the thumbs up, Gorilla Balls. I'm giving you a double. You're my man. I like Gorilla Balls. We got a lot of good people here. So even if we don't agree with them, we got a lot of good people. So look at that. So now the supply lines have been cut. So if the supply lines have been cut, think about COVID. Take a step back, think about COVID, Joe, and then throw your question in with that, okay?
Yeah.
When we had COVID, everything shut down, right?
Yeah.
There was nothing coming in, supplies weren't coming in, you couldn't get it. Then when you wanted to start it up, look how long it took, and look how inflation went crazy because everybody was jumping, saying, I want. That's what we're setting up here if it even reopens. Go, Joe.
Yeah, so if there's less goods available on the shelves, that means they can charge more for the scarce goods. So that's going to drive up inflation, right?
And the tariffs on top of it.
Yeah, and then on the other hand, if we're not exporting stuff, there's less stuff for us to make, which is going to increase unemployment and tank the economy. So what's the Fed supposed to do? Stimulate the economy by reducing interest rates, fueling inflation, or increasing interest rates to slow down inflation and tanking the economy?
Well, they don't look at economy per se. You could say economy, it's unemployment. It's unemployment and inflation. Inflation is like the economy, and unemployment. Those are the two big babies they got to go, which is the economy. But I think those are the two, how they focus in. That's what their job is. It's going to be tough because they're going to get banged on them. And look, that could lead to stagflation, where prices go up. Okay, and people aren't making more money. So you'll have prices going up, and there it is. And then you're not going to have. Do you remember the lines for gas when they did all this kind of stuff? Remember the gas lines, Joe, when we were in college? The lines, my dad, I have a car. We could have a car where we were because there was gas up in the Carlisle area, that road there, 1115 or whatever it was. My dad let me have his car because he couldn't keep it there because it ate up all the gas and they were in line. So we could always get gas near where we went to school. But otherwise, there were lines. People were selling hot dogs out the cars. I knew people doing that, selling sodas at midnight. You waited to see if it was A or B. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that bad here because it's not that much of a crunch. But what you're going to have is like no Christmas. Everybody wants credit. And then I think Trump said something recently. Look, I think he said something like this. Look, instead of children having 30 cheap dolls, they can get 2 dolls, which costs more or something like that. And I'm reading this and I'm going, how many kids do you know have 30 dolls? Okay, you got to have money to have 30 dolls. You got to be a Trump. Right? You got to be a Lutnick, the Secretary of the Commerce. You got to be one of these guys to have 30 dolls, your kids to have 30 dolls. Okay? Come on. That the whole focus is they don't care about everybody here. They don't care. Sunset, I think the fentanyl epidemic is pretty much gone. Okay? It's always going to be there, but come on. He doesn't. Come on. So I just don't think it's really there anymore. I think the game is over. I think you got a lot of focus. I think the problem with fentanyl is like anything else, and we could do this as a special one day and take 15 minutes out. This is the man. We could talk
I'd be
about
happy to talk
addiction.
about fentanyl if you're serious about it.
Right. We could talk about
all addictions.
Right. We could set that up. This is the
Overdose deaths
expert.
are down 25%.
Right, there you go. And this is the experts. There we are. David, America First is what matters. And has hundreds, if not thousands of what? I don't know. What, babies? Yeah. DAs, judges, and politicians, everybody's getting arrested. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But that's not, and I'm with that issue. I don't want to change issues right now. I want to stick with the economy because my question was where now? Where now means we're in big trouble. Remember, this is slowly coming on. It doesn't happen overnight. How many times have we said this, Dr. Joseph Opacelli? It doesn't. This has just been coming on slowly as the ship turns. So now we're coming to the point where all of a sudden we're a week away or 2 weeks away from the LA ports not getting that stuff. When that doesn't come, who are the truckers that drive this stuff? Right? Who are the people? Spartacus talked about the people who work at the port, but you have the truckers who take it out. How about the people on the roads who serve the truckers? How about all the stuff? How about the parts that are going to cost? Even though Trump said he's going to reduce, he's not going to have carry
Well,
on.
I'm sure Trump thought about this ahead of time before he imposed all these tariffs. He's got to have a plan to deal with this, right?
Right? Get bad. His plan is be cool. Everything
And
is
it's
okay
Biden's
because
fault.
what?
It's Biden's fault, I guess.
Well, it depends because he says Biden's fault. No, it's Biden's fault that it's going down because it's Biden's fault that the economy was so bad. Though in the last couple of months when the economy's been pretty good, it was his fault because he was turning it around from Biden having it bad at then, but now it's not. It's just it's always a circle. Look, the guy's great PR. The problem is that it's been coming in from we've said this. Look at the live streams. Go on to Just an American Citizen. Look at our live streams. They're there from the summer on. Please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up and listen to what we were saying then. And then we were seeing all this starting to come on as things start breaking down. When you lose friends, when you lose allies, you have no allies and friends. And at the same time, you're just going to cut off trade. What do you think you're doing to your country when the country is the hegemon? It's the end of the American century. And so it's shifting its way down. Everybody was things were so bad here. America was so horrible. It was so horrible to live here. We needed Trump. And now people are starting to see what's going on. Okay, throwing people out, not thinking twice, firing people. You don't think this hits the economy? Why do you think he would have a deal yet? Because people are like afraid to deal with this. I mean, they may have a deal with India close. They may have a deal with Japan close. Who knows? It's just not happening so fast because no matter what the deal is, it'll be this big grandiose thing. It's not really a deal. It's got to be broken down and made to work. And that's where it is. It's just a bummer. Okay. We do have a country, Eric. We have America. America's still a great country. They're still a great country. Gorilla, of course, they should have some of those plants here, but it's still going to take 3 or 4 years. And let me ask you, Apple, NVIDIA, Hyundai, how many robots do you think they're going to employ in those plants? They're not focusing on people. That's 3 years off. Those plants are focused to have AI do things. It's going to be all AI. AI is going to be running the plants. AI, you're going to have a couple people there. You're not going to have an industry where you're going to have thousands of people rolling in there. It's just not going to happen. And if people think otherwise, you're dreaming. Because, man, look at the robots they're putting together already. And they are good robots, guys. They are good robots. What up, Soul? Well, we're both Gramps, but we like being Gramps.
Absolutely.
No, we're better looking than Epstein ever was, Robert Muerto.
Which one's supposed to be
Soul?
Epstein?
Yeah, we look much better than him. So I like being the way it is. This is really pretty cool, okay? And there's no chumps here. We got some good Niger. I don't know if I believe that, but I'll say okay. I don't know what that means, so I'm not your daughter, but Niger's okay here. So robots can't do plumbing? Not today. Not today. But as they build the stuff, they'll be able to build it so the robots do what's got to be done. There'll be a couple people who can do it and be there.
Beats
What?
by G. Beats by
Who's
G
there?
wants a call out.
Go ahead, Beats by G. We love you. What's your comment?
He
What's
just
Beats
wants
by
us to
G?
comment. He just wants us to address him.
Hello, Beats by G. We love you. I'm sitting there. Gorilla Balls, you're right. And when you throw all people who live here, where are you going to, all the immigrants you threw out, who's going to build the houses? The problem is, Gorilla, the houses are going to cost too much. We have the lowest housing rate in 5 years. If you know, you've been listening to me on housing, Joe's heard enough from me about housing. Our housing is, our whole programs are dumb. And all they want to do is make everything private, have everything owned by big corporations. And that's a major reason why there's no housing, because these guys want you to be in a landlord-tenant situation with them. They want you to rent their places. They don't want you to buy the places. And now what's going to happen is costs are going to go up like crazy on building. You think interest rates are going down? They haven't really gone down. Mortgage rates are still up. I got videos up on my channel, Just an American Citizen, from 2 years ago saying interest rates are not coming down. They're going to stay about the same, but they're going up, and they're going to just play around. Everybody went, yeah. I got some comments in, yeah, old man, you don't know. Then I did another one about a year ago, said the same thing, and we've been saying it since. The whole economy is changing, and what's happened is Trump has now taken it, thrown it against the wall, like Humpty Dumpty, who had a great fall and just wants to put it together and figures he can put it together better than anybody else. That's where he is. Whether you like him or not, that's where he is. And if you don't accept that and understand that's who our president is, then you're making a big mistake and don't understand where he's going. Anything good here? Well, let me tell you something. They come, they go, we do this. I don't take it personally. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy you're here. Cheech? Is that Cheech from Cheech and Chong? That'd be great. Thanks. Gryphon, people.
So what is all this the Federal Reserve's fault?
Of course not, because the Fed only deals with interest rates and with inflation. I'm sorry, and with unemployment. That's all they do. That's not their job. They don't handle monetary policy. Monetary policy is the Congress, really, if it's not just Trump who runs the Republicans, but it's the Congress. They handle the purse strings. They put together the budget goes, things start rocking, it just goes. That's how it is. That's their job. Nope. They don't do that. The interest rate, but they can only do short-term interest rates. But they were afraid with the short-term, it could cause inflation. Their concern is that inflation's already here, or it's already here, we know that, but that it hasn't left and it may be going back up. And that's the problem. So if you lower the interest rates, you're going to be lighting a match under it to make it take off. Okay? Well, why don't Elon should do it. It doesn't rain. They've been selling them off. There's no mandate on. They're entitled to handle the money. They are the Fed. It sucks being a political prisoner. Well, what can I say? Everybody, I'm not complaining. Mermeeks, what are we complaining about? We're just talking. I'm just an American citizen. Joe's just an American citizen. We love our country. We're not complaining. We're talking about what's going on. You come back here in a month or two when when you see the unemployment rate starting to surge, when you see stuff not on out for sale, when you see interest rates stay up high, you can't buy things. You tell me what's going to happen then. Tell me how happy you are then, Mermeek, or whatever. I'm sorry, I don't mean to misspell your name, mispronounce Meyer Meeks. Tell us then. I'm not complaining. If I'm wrong, come back in 2 months. We said it would take 5 months, 4 or 5 months. We said that in January, February, March, April, May, June. Come back at the end of June and say you're not seeing it. June, beginning of July, and say you're not seeing it. You're going to see it. It's all slowly coming in now. It's just happened, and we have to accept it. It's not a matter of right or wrong. It's here. Trump is a consequential president. He has broken the American hegemony. He has broken the power of the dollar. He has broken our economy. He has broken our trade, because he has broken our allies. We have none. He has broken our friends. And of course, yes, I disagree with him, but that's what's happened. I'm not calling them names. That's what's happened. Right, right, Dr. Joseph Volpicelli? Because I'm not
just say Dr. V is fine.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to make sure.
Dr. V is good. Just call me the doctor.
The doctor. But I mean, but that's the issue. So whether or not you want to, we're not mad or anything. We're commentating. If we're wrong, come back and show us where we're wrong. Show us where we're wrong. Go ahead.
I'm into data, not into just conjecture and and ranting or whatever. I'm interested in facts. We are 101 days into the Trump administration. What do the data show? I think, by all accounts, and I think Trump would agree that the first 101 days has been a failure.
Well, he wouldn't agree. He said it's a
Of
win. You
course, he
saw him
wouldn't.
the other
He
night.
wouldn't agree with it. He'll spin it. But let's look at the facts. The stock market down. What, 7-10%, somewhere in there.
Stock market goes up and
It
down.
goes
Give
up
me
and
good
down.
stuff. Give me
That's
good
usually
stuff.
it's a reasonable predictor of what's going to come in the economy.
Okay.
Gross national product down 0.3%. Now, what's happening with inflation? Do we have any good measures of inflation?
Not today.
Not today.
No.
So inflation, I guess, the gas prices are stable. They're not up or down. Is
Yeah,
that
but
fair to say?
overall, the prices, overall inflation staying higher because you can't buy a house. Okay, you reapers, go out and buy a house. You can't buy a house. Interest rates are pushing 7%. Mortgage interest rates. These are facts.
So
The economy.
inflation has not gotten under control, but maybe it hasn't gotten higher, or
It was never in control, but the Fed was bringing it down, kind of was dealing with it near the end of the Biden administration. But now what's going to happen is, since we're going through this changeover with all the new stuff, you're not listening, Reaper. You're just typing or you're pushing. I don't know what you're doing there. We're giving you data. You give us data that's wrong, please. Lay your data out there. That's
yeah,
what
whatever
makes this
source,
fun.
tell me
Give
what
it
your
to us,
source is, and
Reaper.
let's just look at what the facts are.
Right, we're giving it. We're giving you Reaper. Today, the economy dropped the last quarter. What was it? 3%? Is that
Point
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 zero
three
three
percent, point
or
three
point three?
percent.
So whatever it is, they were expecting it to be up, or maybe it was point. Yeah, maybe they're
And
expecting
it's
it to be up.
been
That's
two and a
data.
half percent every quarter under the last administration. First administration under Trump goes down for like the first time since COVID. It
Well,
was
of course
president
it goes
during
down.
COVID. So
You know
it's
why? Because it's Devo. De-evolution. Great music. I always say it, but it's de-evolution. We're becoming snails with little tails. We're going backwards. Trump talks about 1890s or something like that. Well, there wasn't running water around then. It was hard to find an in-house bathroom. Where were you going to get electricity everywhere? Where was the air conditioning and the heat? Okay, come on. It was a different world. What are we talking about? All the tariffs did was end up leading to, or have a major hand in leading to, the Depression, where we only had rich people, because that's what happens. Look at the corruption Trump's involved in. He wants the economy to be bad so he can make money. Look with how many times have we talked about this crypto thing that the sons, Eric and Don Jr. are putting together with Lutnick's son, the Commerce Secretary, this big crypto thing where they're going to make incredible amounts of money. The president and the Commerce Secretary making big money. People would have had a heart attack about this in the old days. The kids making big money. Eric, I think, said, Eric or Don said, one of them said, I think, it's just, we can't make money in other things now because how we've been picked on, so we can only do this. Bottom line is, this is out and out corruption. The meme coins, the coin that showed the picture of Trump and the picture of Melania, that's a rip. And then they're saying, buy more of them and I'll bring you in for a dinner. That isn't out and out payola. That's payola. Okay, payola, guys. These are facts, and that's what Trump does. So while he keeps everybody, he doesn't care to destroy everything. He can destroy the economy because rich people got the money to get through it. They don't care. They can come out. They can scoop up the media. They can scoop up things, and they can own things that you and I can't own. And that's what we talk about here. This isn't anything to do with the other Americans. Americans are getting smacked here because what Trump's great at is not only PR, but taking Americans and putting them against each other. A lot of the super left is also, I don't disagree, but where Trump is the best is taking them and putting them against each other. There's nothing that Trump does to try to bring people together. It's always to do, why? So he can put money in his pocket. Because the Trumps put money in their pocket. Look at all this cash. I mean, it's outrageous. If any other president did this, 1/10 of this, people would be going crazy, but not Trump, because Trump could do whatever he wants, and people go, "Oh, it's Trump derangement syndrome." No, I wish Trump would cut me in on this. I'd like to make some of the cash. I'll do it. You and me. We'll do a me and Dr. V meme coin. What do you think?
I
A
love it.
me and Dr. V meme coin. We could do one of
I
those.
love it.
You think we could make a lot of
Oh,
money?
absolutely.
And
We
we'll
can
have a
make some money.
personal dinner with everybody. But I mean, just think about what's going on. These guys are making that kind of money, and they're doing it while getting paid, having the big companies pump money into them to give them the influence they need to try not to get too screwed. I don't know, but this is out and out corruption. You don't think this is corruption? This is corrupt. I'm gonna look
Is
at the mosh pit while you're talking.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
is it corruption or incompetence? I think on some level, Trump really believes that tariffs gives him leverage over other
You
countries.
missed me. You missed me. I'm talking about all the money they're putting in their
Yeah,
pockets.
no,
I'm
I
talking
hear you.
about the meme coins. I'm talking about this big crypto thing they're putting together where the
I hear what
kids
you're
are going to
saying,
make the
but
money.
people would say all politicians do that. I mean,
No, they
Hillary
don't.
Clinton gives a speech and she gets
Wait a
$400,000
second.
for giving a
When
speech.
Bill Clinton was president of the United States, when did he do anything like that and get money kickbacks? When did he
How come
sell
they all come
anything?
into politics poor from
Hold
the
on.
new
We're
Hope from
talking.
Hope,
Wait.
Arkansas, and they walk around as millionaires
Look.
on a
Oh,
two
he
hundred
became a
thousand a year
millionaire.
salary?
Joe, he became a millionaire afterwards. What happens, did become millionaire as president. Jimmy Carter never became a
No, Jimmy
millionaire.
Carter was fair.
Obama made his money afterwards. This guy is in office, renting out his stuff, opening up all these new crypto things to make money. He's having a pay for play. You buy his crypto coin and you buy enough, you can then show up at his Mar-a-Lago. Come on, there isn't to try to draw an equivalence. You've been around the sun as much as I have. How can you even say this? I think you're just trying to get me worked up. And you're doing a good job. Bottom
It's
line is this is
isn't
out.
it legal? It's legal what he's doing.
Yeah,
He's just
yeah, if he does it, it's
he's
legal.
ambitious. That's all.
Right,
He's
Ray, what lies are we doing, huh? Rug pull. Busiest live streams, ice cream man. Well, yeah, that says something, doesn't it, Eric? We have a good time because we have good commentators and we love it, okay? I don't know. It depends. He could have an economics degree, but I kind of doubt it in most situations. And then it's not right. I am not a crook. Well, that was Nixon. And
Nixon.
anyway, did the Supreme Court say he has immunity? He can do what he wants to do? But at the
It's a
same time, he'll get on his True Social and go, Vlad, please stop.
please
Please
stop.
stop bombing Ukraine. And they don't stop. Vlad doesn't care because Trump either loves them so much and they were born together. I think they may have been separated at birth. You have to wonder with that love. He's going to leave Europe out there. He leaves Ukraine out there. I don't see anything. You see anything? Or I'm just going to walk away. Walking away means letting it fall apart.
Oh, he
It's
was tough
all
the other
part of.
day. Wasn't he tough the other day with Vlad? Said you really got to stop this stuff.
That was tough.
Well,
So,
that's like Schumer said. I'm going to write a stern letter to Trump, not to do this. Democrats are very tough. He's going to write a stern letter now.
really, very
Uh oh.
stern. Really stern. Please give us a thumbs up. Please go into Just American Citizen. Look at this stuff. We've been ahead of this for months, years, really. Please check us out. Just American Citizen. And I would tell you, Dr. V, but I'm hanging off of his. He's going incognito, then coming back neato cog. I don't know
No.
what
You
he's
can
going to
go
do.
to Dr. Joe Volpicelli's my YouTube site and subscribe, and you'll be able to find it now. You say Dr. V and me, all these other names show up. It's hard to subscribe.
It's tough.
Dr. Joe Volpicelli, you can go there and sign up for my YouTube site.
Do it. The
Do it.
monstrous. Typical boomers. What's a typical boomer? I got more hair than he's got. I got some color. He's better looking than I am.
Mhm.
He laughs a lot more than I do. We've known each other for 53 years. Is that typical?
Or
That's typical
54.
old friends. Nothing
Yeah,
wrong with that. 54 years. Nothing
54.
wrong with that. It just, we've been around. Look, I don't think we have to make excuses for our age. I think it's good. We've been around the sun a lot of times, man. We have orbited the sun more than most people looking here. I'm sure there's some that have. And
Tony
we've
says I
seen
was
it.
too
What?
stupid to buy Bitcoin.
I'm
I
just
wasn't
saying,
too
don't.
stupid to buy Bitcoin. Actually, I did buy some Bitcoin.
There
So
you go. And we're not saying people.
gold a couple months ago, and I'm happy about that too. But
Yeah, it's coming down a little right now, but
and
I'm with you. But the thing is, what's interesting is it's not about buying the Bitcoin. We want to put together a me and Dr. V meme coin.
yes,
Okay? He'll be on one side, I'll be on the other. You flip us, heads, tails,
there
whatever,
you go.
snails, tails, however you want to do it, and just sell those and make a zillion. That's all. Forget Bitcoin. I mean, wouldn't that be great? Our own meme
Absolutely.
coins, me and
Yeah, yeah,
Dr. V.
yeah, yeah.
Wouldn't be worth much, but it sure would be a lot of fun. Either way, we'd have that. And then here we are. So look up the trail. Cheers. Oh, yeah, okay, goodbye. India Pakistan war, hold on, gorilla balls. I didn't see where you were coming in. You're right. People, I want to throw this out there. Whoever's talking about India and Pakistan, it could be a real problem. You see what's happened, do you, Dr. V? About a week ago, some terrorists went into oh shoot. Yeah, India, Pakistan, whatever. It's not coming to me. I'm getting old. Shot up like 30 tourists, okay? And because they say, can you chant the Quran or something? And they couldn't. They shot the ones they couldn't do it. Was it Bangladesh? They thought they couldn't do it. And then now India's blaming Pakistan. Pakistan says they're going to come back to India if India hits them. They hate each other all
They
the
hate
time.
each other.
Pakistan's backed by Russia. I don't know who we back. I would assume we back India, but we always used to be able to get along a little bit with the Pakistanis. But we got to watch it there. It's got to work out. It's because it could get nasty there fast. And that
So,
would be a real issue to see is our president who doesn't know how to bring peace to Ukraine, peace with honor, if any, doesn't know how to bring peace to the Middle East and Gaza. Will he know how to keep the
so,
peace here?
so
What
do
do
you
you think?
feel safer, Mark? 101 days in, do you feel the world's a safer place?
The
That's what
world's
one of Trump's promises.
It's totally horrible now. And go on to Just an American Citizen. That's what I've been screaming about my channel there. Joe's with me on this. That's why he came in and joined me on it. Safer, it's horrible. The world is broken up. The American century is over. We were the hegemon, but we were a benevolent one. People don't understand because
It's
it's
with a
not
V,
Botticelli.
Stoic.
It's a V also.
V. Dr. V, not
VOL.
Dr. B.
It's
Dr. V.
Botticelli, Volpicelli.
Like the
So
wine.
and if there's a problem, he'll type it on there for him, Dr. V. Type it. You want him to see your name, type it in there.
You can see it
So
right there.
there you go. Just put it in. They'll see your name. You spell it in there. So V for Vendetta. Okay. Spell
Oh,
it. Here we
shoot.
go.
See,
There
Dr.
it is.
Joe Volpicelli.
Volpicelli, Giuseppe,
There it is.
Giuseppe Volpicelli. You
Not
see?
verbiage.
Chase, we like you. What am I going to? Vermicelli. I think he likes vermicelli. You like vermicelli?
There it is. Sounds like a
He
nice
eats
dish.
anything. This guy he knows he's a good eater. Me, I'm picky. This guy's a really good eater. It's just, he's better than I am that
Yeah,
way.
you can
So,
tell.
so we'll come back. So here we are. I'm sorry, we're having too much fun. So Bitcoin, I want to do our own meme coin, but that's why I want to get back to the absolute corruption. So we have an economy that's fallen apart. He's destroyed. We have foreign policy, wars everywhere, no peace, wars everywhere. Did you see we lost a plane with the Houthis the other day? They
Right.
had the ship had to move quickly, and one of the planes fell off because
Fell off
they were
the
trying to get away from a
aircraft
Houthi
carrier.
missile. Oh, who talked about kind of this stuff? Just an American citizen. Go onto the Spanish Armada. Go in there and look. How long ago did I do that? A year, 2 years ago, when I said Biden should be hitting the Houthis But you got to watch out because of what happened with the Spanish Armada. We could be open. Our ships could be open. We could have a problem. We got to watch out. Wars are everywhere, Jeeper. That's the problem. Gas is up and a lot of stuff. Ukraine war's on, everything's on. But let's calm it down just for a second and get into a little music, huh? Take a breath, and then we're going to come back into some other good stuff. But I want to get to an old favorite of mine. Now, let me tell you. Okay. You guys ever heard of Frank Zappa?
And the mothers of invention.
And the mothers. Now,
mothers.
let me explain something to you so you understand. In our fraternity house, there were 2 floors.
That's true.
On Joe's floor,
Smart.
on Joe's very smart floor, but when you would go down there, you would hear Lawrence Welk and the Lawrence Welk dancers running around.
And when they wanted, the Moody
when
Blues,
they wanted to rock out,
good, excellent thinking music.
When they wanted to rock out, they put on Pink Floyd so they could fall asleep while they're watching Lawrence Welk, and then the alarm clock on Dark Side of the Moon will wake them up, and they can go back and start studying again. That's those guys. On our floor, you wanted to hear music, you come on up. Let me tell you about this album. What a great album. Overnight sensation. When Zappa was still with the group. Now look, he's a wild man. Here in Baltimore, we got a bus stop on him, up for him. But this album, Overnight Sensation, has some of the greatest music. Listen to this stuff. Camarillo Brillo. I'm the Slime. I'm not your dirty love. 50-50. Then we go to Zombie Wolf on the other side. We go to Montana to grow some dental floss. But before then, we hit my favorite song. Now look, I was a kid once. You got to give it to me. I'm sorry. Dynamo Hum. Dynamo Hum. Dynamo Hum. Dynamo Hum. Where's that dynamo coming from? I'm not saying anything else. The song is great. We knew even on the first floor, they knew the words to that song. We were just kids. I mean, what can I tell you? But it was great. Dynamo. Get this album, Overnight Sensation, Zappa. There's some incredible instrumental on here. And what's even more interesting is you got Jean-Luc Ponty on the violin, which I love. Goodness. Listen to the first side. Wow. Then let's sit back. Then get really ready. And get the Zombie Wolf, then go into Dynamo Hum. Crank it up. Just sit there and go, this can't be real. And you'll find you're going to be looking at the words and sing it along. Then you're going to be growing some dental floss. Zappa, Overnight Sensation, a great album. Even the first floor agrees. Is that right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Now, John Luke, did he play for Mahavishnu Orchestra?
I don't think so. I think Jean-Luc Ponty, I think it was, what's his name? He also played, it wasn't. You had Jan Hammer. I always call him Jan Hammer because I found John Hammer.
Yes.
No. Jean-Luc Ponty, I could be wrong. We'll have to check it out. But I don't think he played for them. But why can't I remember? I think it was a guy named Goodman, I think, played with them. And like I said, yeah, Jan Hammer. And then let's start going out there. Let's get to the Mahavishnu Orchestra. Let's get to the McLaughlin with the double head. I love Mahavishnu. Billy Cobham on the drums. Yeah. Okay, now you're talking. If you guys have music you like on there, you tell your dad loves Zappa, Stoic. I love your dad, and I love you. And there is Jeepers going with it. He was wheeling and dealing. Jeeper, thumbs up. He was thumbs up. I'm not going to go any further. Try to listen to Justin. I don't know about that. I didn't have to, but it was some great stuff. But you never know. You and Justin, you guys do your stuff. Have a good time. We don't talk about drugs here. We don't believe in drugs.
No.
We're too old. We're on our old man, Dre. It's like when you become old, you're like on a natural old high. I think things just happen in your brain. It just starts going. So what else is out there? You see anything else going on? Yeah. Let's get back to something else. How many Americans have been thrown out today, Dr. V? How many more research projects have been shut down? How much more medicine are we not going to have in this country because our research projects are getting shut down? How much? How much research is going to go overseas because we're not cutting edge here? How much, Dr. V? Oh, he got a phone call. So I'll go to my part. Oh, he's back. So how much, Doctor? I was about to go to law, Dr. V, but you're back quickly. How much? I mean, are we falling behind? I'm hearing about all these research projects that stop. It's almost like the supply lines. To get it started, you lose your patients. Am I right? You lose the patients, the people. You lose your patients. You lose the doctors, everything. Don't you almost have to start over again?
Absolutely.
Dr. V?
And some studies are going to be done in mid grant. So you already invested millions of dollars to do a study, and then you stop the study. All that effort, research goes down the tubes because you can't finish the study. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. That is taking a sledgehammer to something like research is just absolutely horrible for this country. I don't understand this preoccupation with trying to save a penny now and losing a dollar in the future.
But
It's
they're
a
not. We're not
stupid thing.
saving a penny now.
They're not even
This whole
saving a penny now. They're
you
just
know what's happened?
they're
Because you know
sep-
what's happened? So let me cut you off
uh,
here because I'm going to go to my dark side, okay? And this is real. DOGE has morphed into a database. If you look at what's been going on with DOGE, they went into the IRS, they went into Social Security. They're taking all these databases. I think they got all the immigration stuff, and they're putting it all together. We used to worry about privacy. This is for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're MAGA guys. It doesn't matter if you're liberal. It doesn't matter if you're MRO, middle of the road, right? This is DOGE has turned into a database which will be owned by the government. Stuff that you and I never thought about because, they go out there and they say, get your own. They always say on TV it could be more, there's encryption, there's this and that. Encryption doesn't matter anymore because all that matters is the DOGE database that's now taking people's personal stuff and keeping it and putting it away to be used whenever they want. And then you have to wonder if they have that information, can they or will they modify it to make it look in such a way that they can get someone in trouble or change histories or change things? Now, I throw this out to our MAGA friends, Joe. The reason I throw it out is they are the ones who look for this kind of stuff. And sometimes it's out there. I'm saying, tell me if it's out there. What?
Talk about deep state. This is the deep state.
Wow. It is.
What about people's freedom? Don't people feel threatened that
No.
we have an administration that's clearly hell bent in trying to go after its enemies? That's more important than improving the lives of people in this country.
Chase,
I
you're
don't
not
understand, why
correct.
did they go after academics?
What?
Because they were worried about protecting the Jews on campus, or because academics tend to vote Democratic. Why did they go after Harvard? Because Barron didn't get accepted into Harvard, or Harvard did something wrong? They seem to be more motivated by getting revenge on their enemies than on helping this country move forward. Is that what people voted for? Is that what people want?
Yes.
Owning the
They want it
libs.
tough. Yes, because they're the ones who are there. Everybody's growing a beard, right? Chase, just so you'll know, DOGE has your social security number, or probably does. It was open for them. They could have taken it at any time, assuming you have one, assuming you're American. They've got your social security number, or could have gotten a hold of it. Who knows what's going on, Justin? That's what it's turning into here. We may have Chinese social credit scores. When people wake up in China, is it green? If it's not green on your phone, you can't go anywhere and use your phone. I didn't say anything about fascist sick. I don't know if you're talking to me, but I'm not talking about fascism. I'm sorry. Ever since your freedom is, I don't know about that quantum, but every technology moves. We're not talking about fascism here, are we, Dr. V? We're talking about trying to make sure that we keep our constitutional rights and push back against an executive who thinks he is all powerful. That's what it is. And we're hoping that our rights will allow us to push back. And that's what it is. You see, Jack Matt, what do you want, Jack? Jack Matt, please tell us what it is you want from Trump. Okay. No, you got to shout. Like, why not? Why not shout? I can shout. I can whisper too. But I like shouting because you get worried, okay? Your quantum, the problem is information is out there, but Trump is so good at PR. He can overwhelm me information. Like today, I don't even know if he's on now. He may be on now. I don't know. I wish, Steve, I love Ben and Jerry ice cream. I love Ben and Jerry ice cream. I don't know about you, and they did a great job selling. Now they're trying to buy it out. No, we don't do fascists here. It's just the wrong word. We don't have fascism in America. We just don't. Okay. There you go, Quantum. It just makes it easy. They're getting it bad. You see, hi for feller. You don't like the truth. You don't like how we feel. You see, that's what happens. You guys get emotional and you say things and call. I'm waiting for issues about my nose. I'm waiting for issues about Dr. Joe Bolticelli's hair. I'm waiting an issue for something, okay? And it's just about my pillows, and it's all just going to be coming together with this kind of stuff. Come on with the real. The problem is this, okay? DOGE has a whole security part. They ran out with computers with all this information that you never want them to have. It's your information. Yours, mine, everybody's, and we have no idea what it is. And Musk is going to be back there working it, bending it, having a great time with it, and just going on. Mike, Trump's not playing chess. He's playing nothing. Yeah, you're right. He's playing chess.
Yeah, he's playing with his chest. I don't know what else he's playing with.
Yeah, his chest. He's playing his chest. That's all he's doing.
Maybe a little bit lower than that, I think, but
he's not playing anything. He's lost all of our friends. The dollar's it's gone down in value. Interest rates are staying up. The economy's slowly falling apart. Unemployment's slowly going up. That ain't chess. That's called Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. That's called a guy who's in it for the money. Trump is in it for the money, for himself, for his pockets, not for you, not for me, not for anybody, but himself and his rich friends.
You're not playing with Melania. That seems pretty obvious.
I don't know. He's playing finger painting. Yeah, he really is. Trump's the Messiah. Yeah, okay. Yes,
but sure you know what? There's some things I'm optimistic about, Mark.
Okay.
We've been on the negative side, but there's some things I'm optimistic about. And that is the American people are waking up. Trump's poll numbers are tanking. People are angry, people are upset. This is not what people voted for. People are beginning to see what he's up to, and they don't like it. And you can see it in his poll numbers. You can see it. A endorsement from Trump in another country ensures victory from the other side. The opponent will win. People are wising up to this guy. The people who stood up to Trump are finding that's a better strategy to move forward than giving in. When you give in to the guy, he just wants more and more from you. But when you stand up to him, all of a sudden your donors start contributing a lot of money. That's the way to go. People are seeing the game plan for dealing with Trump is not to give in, but to stand up. And that's what this live stream is all about. It's about standing up for your freedom, standing up for equality, and standing up for working together as America to move the country forward. And that's what we're all about here. So,
Mike, thank you. I'm with you, Joe. Mike, people didn't vote to get rid of our economy. People didn't vote to have inflation. People didn't vote to lose all of our allies. People didn't vote for us to have no friends. People didn't vote for us to live in the world by ourselves and ignore the rest of the world and just tell the world to kiss our ass. That's not what some people may have voted, but not the majority. That's not Americans. Now, look, I'm not looking at polls. I'm not looking at anything. I just know where we are with this kind of stuff. He can't pull it off because his problem is no FICA, of course. What, no FICA? You're not going to pay Social Security tax? Of course you are. Come on. You have to. Social Security needs the money to stay in business. You can't take the tariff money. There's no tariff money. If there was, Trump would have allowed Amazon. Remember, Amazon wanted to say on all of your bills, this is how much the tariff costs you on this bill. And Trump said, no, you can't do it. He made him hide it. So how are you going to substitute tariff money if you don't even know what tariff money you got? And you don't have tariff money because the people who are paying the tariffs are the importers, and they decide how much we are going to pay. We either buy it or we don't buy it. It's that simple. But when the price goes up, there it is. That tariff money isn't going anywhere but into the pockets of the people who are selling it to us. Okay? That's it. It's simple. Because if you're going to pay a big tariff for that stuff, you're paying that money out. Okay? What's the government getting? The government, they're getting taxes from us. From us. They're ripping us off. That's the bottom line. And then you still go in, and these guys, the big guys, are making their money. Remember, what are they saying? Oh, it's not going to be that bad. Oh, be patient. Oh, it doesn't matter if you lose a job. Oh, it doesn't matter if it costs a little bit more money. Oh, it doesn't matter if your food costs a whole bunch more. Oh, it doesn't matter if anything bad goes on. Oh, it doesn't matter. We got no friends. Oh, it doesn't matter that we still don't have one deal yet.
People want us to be fair and balanced. So we need to say three good things about Trump. And one thing I will say about Trump is I think he's masterful at PR.
We said that.
Yes. And I think there's very few politicians who've been good at controlling the media, controlling the narrative story. He's fantastic at that.
Nobody has ever been as good. The man's incredible. George Washington was a god to people, but this guy does the PR in ways I've never seen. I'm with you on that. Go ahead. Keep going.
So we need two more things that he's doing. I think some people are happy that he's closed the border.
He has closed the border. Yes, he has.
And so, I'm not opposed to sending back to their country of origin people who don't belong here. And that includes people who break the law, MS-13 individuals, whatever.
If they're real. Go ahead.
To sending people who belong in this country, that there's court orders for them to stay in this country. I don't believe in breaking the law, but if you stay within legal guidelines, closing the border is a good thing.
So give me number three.
So number three, we need to come up with a third thing that he's
done.
I
knew you were buying time.
I'm buying time.
Three. Don't tell me we got to come up.
I need some help. Somebody in the gallery, can you mush pig help me with number three that we're good, we're happy about?
I don't see a third thing that he's done that's any good.
He's helped. Let's see.
Who?
I was going to say.
Who?
I'll tell you who he's helped academic institutions.
He's helped the rich people.
He's helped academic in this way. He's brought us all together. I used to think the people at Harvard were a bunch of obnoxious jerks. Now I'm rooting for him. Now I'm rooting for him because they're standing up for Trump. So all my colleagues at these other academic institutions, we're all on the same team now, and we're all united that we want to do something to help restore freedom to academic endeavors. So those three things I can cite that.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. You're saying that he's helping people come together against them. Could be. Eric, there's no shuffle blame game. It's just we just got a problem. Musk came up with no money. He saved nothing. Saved a whole lot less than Al Gore did. Saved nothing. I mean, what are they? I've heard numbers that are like nothing. Why do you think he's disappeared? Because he's getting all these great, everybody's worried Tesla's going down, but his Starlink's doing great. Everybody's buying his Starlink around the world. Trump set him up in front of people. These are the money guys. Look what's going on, guys. Musk is in there to make money. He's in there to tell the world to have a zillion babies. How about that dumb? Think about how dumb this is. Now, I'll tell you why. Okay? Do we need more kids? Maybe we do. Do we need more of a population? Maybe we do. You want to have more kids? Fine. Who's going to take care of them? You're paying people $5,000 or $4,000 to have a kid. You're going to have people put their bodies out there and go, oh, yeah, quick cash.
Like
they'll go through it. And then who takes care of the kids? Who makes sure they're educated? Who makes sure they grow up and learn things? Who makes sure you don't? That's the problem. Okay, Mike, we don't make money, Mike. We don't make money here. Sorry. Come on, bring people on. Maybe we can make money one day.
Yeah, we got to figure
We
out how
don't
people
make
can
money.
donate money and
Yeah,
push
well,
a
thank
button,
you.
and we haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, right. Here we go. Fudo Shinda. Workplace went from 24-hour, 5 days a week to 24/7. It could. That's what's going on. Okay, right. You wouldn't want him as a father, and you wouldn't want him as a mother, but they'll pay him, and people will go in and they'll have babies, and nobody will take care of. We'll be right back to where we went wrong, MC. These rich guys only care about money. What do you mean, duh? Don't you understand? You look at it as some guy, regular guy, like me or Joe or you, who look at money and go, wow, they got so much money. They don't need any more. They don't. But when you make that kind of money, your ego's got you focused on, I still want to be the richest guy. I still want to make the money here. I still want to make more than Zuckerberg. I want to do more than this. I want to do more than that. And that's what you're missing. These guys' egos are absolutely colossal. How do you think they got so big? They're incredibly smart and they're incredibly ego colossal and they know how to use their money. I give them so much credit. They are so smart. They know how to make money, but that's all they want to do. Don't you see it? Okay. It's so obvious. It's too obvious. Then to say that you think Elon doesn't need the money, you're right. He just wants the money. He just wants the fame. He just wants to be in front of the cameras. Like the others, Zuckerberg did the hair. All these guys are, I say, right on. Great. You got the money to do whatever you want to do. Go on, right on. But don't sit here and say to me they don't need the money. They don't. They want the money. That's what you're missing. The poor guy from the cornfields of Indiana. Well, Chase, then you'll understand. Same. I'm not from cornfields. I'm sorry. It's a new world. Well, you never. I don't know about that. The parents supposed to be experts. You can't. So you can't. Parents have to work, and you have to teach kids, right? Oh, does he not to deserve to be loved like the rest of us? Elon, poor Elon. We're there. Obviously, you saw him. I can't see the human behind the man. Well, who wants to see the guy? All he is X's and O's in his head. He doesn't care about people. He cares about big stuff, like getting rid of people really easy so he can do more technology. That's all Elon Musk is. That's all it is. Look at these guys. Here we go. Good watches have capacitors. Let me ask you this. When are we going to have batteries? We'll get into that next time when we talk, because that to me is still the biggest thing. Because still, what's one of the major answers? I don't know why people haven't gotten smart. Solar energy with battery cars. Okay? Think about it. If you can set it up and do it right so that the energy from the sun is powering that battery, I know you're going to have clouds and stuff that can come and go, but you have good batteries that can store. You can drive all the time, or most of the time. It doesn't matter. How many years, just so you all know, going to Just American Citizen, I've talked about batteries for 7 years. 7 years. Look up batteries. I call them energy storage units, ESUs. Said we should be doing a Manhattan Project. People wrote me and said, what's a Manhattan Project? They thought I was old then. Manhattan Project brought the atomic bomb, got all the scientists together to win the war. If we had that, how many times have I talked to Uncle Dr. V? Hold a battery like that with all that energy coming in there, you can control. It's great for defense. It'd be great for commerce. It'd be great for everything. But just think, driving your car, and if there's a way, you don't need panels. I mean, I don't. Some of them I think you do it through paint or whatever, and just hook it up in such a way. I'm sure people haven't looked, but man, now you got your answer to electric cars. You don't have to charge them up, do it. It's charged that way. Charge them up at home afterwards. It's stuff like that people aren't thinking. Get our batteries. We will be a major influencer in the world if we control batteries. If we control batteries, then we control the sun's energy. If we control the sun's energy, we are the greatest country again, at least to be able to take care of people, to help people, and to take care of our defense. That's what it could be in those three things, but they don't want to do it, do they? Let's go back to coal, because coal is going to work. It's just going to give everybody coal, what is it, black lung disease. That's all coal does. Clean coal. That's like you clean out your throat coughing. Come on. Kill Americans like that? Who are we killing? Who are we killing? Kicking, kissing. Okay. Woo! Got crazy today. I had a great time. Dr. V's just smiling. Look, we're on Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern. Come on back in. We're going to be going Substack soon. I want you to know that. I'm starting to set up. Dr. V told me he was an expert. He really wasn't. He's an expert in certain things, but he wasn't in this. I got to figure this all out myself. He's going to tell me how I can put some stuff online. I'm not sure how. He's going to go online and figure it out for me tonight. Either way, we're going to be on Substack because we got people asking us to be there, which I'm really psyched about. And it's still Devo. Are we not the men? I'm telling you, de-evolution is the word. It's the word. Vote blue, electric cars. I vote independent. I love all these guys. Nobody's sitting here saying don't buy from Tesla, but I wouldn't buy from Elon Musk after what he did. But people have the right to do what they want. That's called capitalism, isn't it? We are independent. If you square, we ain't there.
We're not there.
Okay, we're not there. And see ya. Just an American citizen. Please subscribe. Dr. Joseph Bopicelli. We'll come out with something, his new name next week. Sunday, you'll see it. See us at 11 Sunday. Come on, Dr. And please subscribe while you still got me. And give me comments. Give them comments. And that's the way it is. Do it, Joe.
Period.
Period. And we'll see you all Sunday.